In last session, we discussed about data sources, how to create data sources and creating shared data sources, as you can see here. And you know this icon means this is a shared data source and this is an embedded data source. And in the same way, we have seen how to create shared data sets and embedded data sets. Now, in this session, first we are going to concentrate on filters and parameters. So these two are very important. Both works in a similar way, very much close, but there is a little bit difference between the parameters and filters. In this session, we are going to discuss about these two. And for doing that, I can take any one report. I don't need both the reports. Means I can remove this. I can have only one tabular report to see how the filters and parameters work. So for doing the same, I set the visibility property to false in last session for this particular table. So I'm going and changing it back to show, which means the report will show the data. And the second thing I'm going to do here is this guy is pulling something around 60,000 records. I don't need to show all the 60,000 records in this case. So I'm limiting the records that is being fetched using the query to, let's say, 3,000. And let's see the preview. I've done this change just to improve the performance. Instead of waiting for hours, I just want to improve the performance, and it is pretty good now. For pulling all the 60,000 records and making different pages, like here you can see these 3,000 records are in 69 pages. So imagine how many pages it will take for 60,000 records. So to improve the performance, as we are not concentrating on the data, as we are concentrating on filters and parameters in this session, I limited the result set to 3,000 records. Now let's see where I can set the parameters and filters. First thing, let's discuss about filters. What is a filter? General. In SQL Server, where condition is a filter. What it is going to do? It is going to filter rows. It is going to limit rows that is being fetched from a particular table or a couple of tables by using joins, which are joined by using, which are combined, which are merged into one using joins or unions. So in SQL Server, you are very well aware of about where condition. Let's say if you give select star from sales where country is equal to India, that query fetches data when the country value, where country column value is India. That means it is limiting the rows. It is not getting all the rows that are present in the table. It is limiting. It is not. It is filtering the rows. So in the same way, the filters in the data set filters the number of records that is being fetched and displayed. That is going to display in the report. Let me show you where I can apply this filter. For example, if you see this, you can see silver, black, red, silver, silver, black color. I mean, you have all the color information here. Now, let me filter based on color. So, to set the filters, if my requirement is show only black color products, then I have to go to the dataset properties, and you can see a page called filters. This filters page here, I set this. I've added one filter. What is the expression that I want to give? I want to give where color is equal to black. So I've given color is equal to black. Show me the products where color is equal to black. Now what it is doing is it is getting 3,000 records, and then I've written query like that. Select top 3,000 records from the table and filtering that particular 3,000 records and displaying only the records which meets the condition that I have given in the filter. And you can see it was 69 pages, right? Let's see how many black color products are there. The black color products are something around 1,500 records, I think. No, not even 1,500. It's something around 600 to 700 records, which has taken 17 pages to display the same data. So this is as simple as this, applying filter. Let's see here. Let me go back again. both the columns are showing as color. Why? Because I have defined color. I've set color for both the things. Let me set it to class. And now let me show here. L, class level, class L and color black. Let me filter based on class 2. So I have to add one more filter. To set the same, go to dataset properties, click on filters, add one more. And here I'm setting class to L. And if you see, nothing coming. What could be the reason? Can anyone go further guess? So if you go to the dataset properties and see what the problem here, class is equal to L, I guess the problem is with the space. There is something problem with the space. For example, let me go to the database and see what the exact value that is present in the database. I'm going to SQL Server. I connected to wrong instance of the SQL Server. Let me connect to SQL Server default instance. So for that, localhost, connecting. Let me disconnect this. I don't need this. And this is my database. Select distinct class from dim product. So this is the query which fetches all the classes, and this is L, and this guy is having a blank here. Can you see? So what you can do, R3 will filter that guy, will remove the space, and now I'm taking the same, I'm copying the same L in single quotes. If I copy L, it is taking L. So the culprit here is it has blanks. So go on, change the query like this. So R3 will trim if there is any space on the right hand side. Now I am setting the filter as class is equal to L. If I filter it, you can see black color products and class L products are showing here. And if you go to the end, it has 5 pages. It has records for 5 pages. And if you want to apply some filter first, rather if you want to apply, if you want to check this condition first, then move it up using this up and down arrows. You can either move to the top position or bottom position by using these arrows. What is the difference? Now this class L will be filtered first, and then the color black will be filtered first. Both are one and the same. It won't make much difference, but which one to be applied first, it depends on your wish. If you want to filter based on class first and then color, then you can use the same. If you want to have the condition for more than one product, then how can you do that? Using in operator. Black comma blue. Let's see. You can see black here. It is showing only blacks, and this is not the way to give in condition. Let me change it. So the problem was I have given extra space here, and you can see I think the problem is with this condition. Let me remove this condition and see. I think blue color products are not of class L. See, somewhere you can find blue color products. Okay, I'm getting only black, and let me see why the blue are not coming. So we have tried so many things, like by giving parentheses, single quotes, double quotes, but the fact is you cannot use in operator here. In operator is not having proper functionality in SSRS. Even I came to know just now, but because I have never used in operator, and you can see the same here given in the forums. Okay, fine. Let's try. You can try different other things like you can use like operator. You can use not equal to. If I give not equal to of black, it will return all the products with all the colors except black, as you can see here. So this is how the filter works. You can provide n number of filter conditions in the for the same data set. Here I have provided only one, and like that, in the same way, you can add as many as you can by using the add button. If you want to delete anything, highlight that particular one and click on delete button. So this is about filter. This is about having or adding filters to your data set. You have different operators, as you can see, and most of the operator functionality is not available. So be cautious. Don't blindly imagine that you can provide all the, you can use all the operators that are provided here. Now, let's see what is parameters. We have seen what is filters. What filters will do is it will just filter the data and before displaying in the report. Now, what is the parameters? Parameters also, as far as I know, parameters also filters the data. Parameters are meant to filter the data. Then what is the difference between parameters and filters? Before going to that particular point, let's see how to configure parameters in a report. So there are three parts in the parameters. First thing is report level parameters. That is the parameter that you create here. And second thing is query level parameters. That is the parameter that you provide in the query here. And the third thing is mapping these two. You have to map these two. Let's start with a simple example. First, I want to filter based on color, right? I want to filter based on color. I've used filters to do the same. Now, based on this filter condition, I'll get all color products except black, right? Now, let's add a parameter. I'm adding a parameter, and we call these parameters, the one what I'm going to create now, as report parameters. So let's see how to create a report parameter. So to create a report parameter, you have to provide the name. What parameter I'm going to create here? My intention is to create a parameter for color. So I'll name it as color param. Some unique name you have to provide. And prompt. Prompt means with what name it has to be shown. It has to be shown as color colon. That's it. If I give this, a parameter will be created, and you can see the prompt one that I have given there is coming here. That is color colon. Okay, that is about prompt. So the report parameters, whatever you created, will be displayed here in the report. Okay. Now I have not provided any value, so it is showing text box. Sir, please provide the color that you want to filter. That is the meaning of having text box there. Now, if you see the options, what is the data type? What type of data you are going to pass to this parameter? I'm going to pass textual information string. This is fine. If you want to go for integer values, then you can select integer. If you want to go for floating, you can select float. And similarly, boolean and data. If you select boolean, then it will show you true or false. You can pick the parameters. You just try the different data types that are available here. So I selected the text. Now keep these three properties aside for some time, these properties, and jump to the next page, that is available values. Is there any available values that are present which I can take or which user can pick? So whether you want to provide any values to the user to pick. So to do the same, if you select the none, that means no values will be provided, user has to enter. A text box will be provided and user has to enter. If I use the second option, specify values, I can specify. Red is the label and value is red. And next one is blue. The value is also blue. If I click on OK, I provided two values, and you can see those two values. This text box has become drop down with those two values, the red and the blue. And what is this label and value? Value is the one which is used to query. That means if you select the label red in the drop down, this value will be taken to query from your data. Okay, let's say I can change it to red color. The label will be changed, but the value will remain as red, and when you hit the database, it will send red color to your database to filter the data. And if I click on OK, you can see the red is changed to red color here. So this is about label and value, and we will discuss a lot about values in further sessions. So this is how you can provide values to the user to pick whatever he want to filter, and I'm naming it as blue color. Okay, and this default part, if you want to set anything, any default value, then you can specify it here. Okay, let's say I want to specify some default value, that is red. By default, when the report is open for preview, the red color should be selected and the report will be generated. But if you see here, the color is not filtered. It is showing all the colors. Even though I selected red color here, it is showing all the colors. Let me select blue. Still, it is not filtering. What could be the reason? I have done only basics till now. Basics of parameters, that is creating report parameters. I created a report parameter so that user can select it. User can select a value to filter. I have not done anything else. Okay, this is just first level of adding parameters to your report. Now this is done. Let me go to the first step is done. The report parameters are created. Now, if the user select red, what needs to be done? The red value should be sent to the query to filter, right? So to do the same, what you have to do is you have to create query parameters. We call this set as query parameters. It is nothing but adding a where condition, where color is equal to @color. I'm asking the server, execute this query and filter the color based on the color value that I'm going to pass to this particular variable @color, or particular parameter @color. This parameter is called as query parameters. So I've designed report parameters. Now I have defined query parameters, and I have to map between these two. This color that is present in the query should get value from somewhere, and I'm saying I'll pass value using the color parameter. Whatever the color parameter value the user selects will be assigned to this color parameter, the color query parameter, and the same will be passed. For example, if he selects blue, this query will become like this. If he selects black or red, this query will become like this. So based on the selection by the user, this parameter value will be assigned, okay, from the color parameter value. So if I click on OK, now you can see it has taken red color, and the value part of this red color label is red. So it has passed red to the database, to the data set, and that is here. And this query will become select so and so blah blah blah, where color is equal to red. Why? Because these two are mapped. This parameter and this report parameter and query parameters are mapped, and hence it is filtering the data based on the parameter selection. If I take blue color, it will take blue and it will filter. So this is how the query parameter, with the help of query parameters and report parameters, you can filter the data, or you can provide a powerful feature to the end users to filter the data based on their requirements. Now we are done with the first step of parameters, adding single parameter. Now let's see the next step. This guy is saying available colors red and blue. What if you user asks for one more color? Let's say yellow. What I have to do is I have to come here and paste the same, right? And after 2 years, if user asks for one more color, I have to add it. So this is not the best idea. Providing the available values to your drop down is not the best idea. That is by passing hard-coded values. These values are hard-coded. Okay, this is not the best idea. What is the best idea? The best idea is get the data, get the different colors that are present in the database and display the same. To do the same, you can use the option 3, get values from a query. Okay, in which query I have these values. So for that, I need to create a data set, add data set. First, let me make the query ready. The query which can get the colors is select color from dim product. Is this query correct? This looks correct, but this is not the best query. Why? Because if I have 606 products and each product will have some color and it repeats the same. So what I can do? I can have distinct. So this guy will give distinct colors that are available in the database table. So I will use the same query to create one more data set, and this can be embedded. I don't need this. I don't need to create this one a shared data set using this query. Why? Because I may not need this again and again. So what I can do is use a data set embedded in my report. That means this data set that I'm going to create is specifically for this particular report. So I'm going to use ADV as data source. I'm going to copy the query, and you can see the fields are created. Only one field, that is color. Now the data set is ready. Let me give a proper name, color underscore ds. And now for this parameter, I can provide the data from a query. What is the query? The query is the color data set. This guy has all the distinct colors I need. And value field is this one, and label field is the same. Or if what will happen? The same thing will be shown for the value and the label. You can see this is showing, this is the label, black, blue, gray, multi, NA, red, and so on. If I select black, this guy will take black and filter the black, and it is showing 0 products. And the reason is I applied filter in the data set. This filter is still there, not equal to black. It is getting parameter is getting all the black color products, but this filter is filtering the stuff. So that's why the black is not working here. If it is red, it is working fine. If it is gray, it is working fine. There is no data for the gray. And if it is silver or black, it is not getting any data. Why? Because I'm getting only top 3,000 records. That's the problem. If I pull all the 60,000 records, then I may get data. Okay. This is how you can pass values to your parameter dynamically or by pulling from the database. So this is an awesome stuff. This is as simple as this. Creating a report using parameters which pulls the data from the database is just a matter of minutes, hardly I can say. Now, if you don't want to show the same label or same names as label like red, black, blue, and so on, then how can you change it? If you want to concatenate color to each and every color that is present, then you can edit the data set, right? Color is one column. Color plus I'm giving color text here. The single quotes one is text as color label. This is one column and this is another column. If I refresh the fields, you can see one more field is added, that is color label, and the color label functionality is color, whatever the color it is there, plus a concatenate color. So I'm going to the label field and changing it to color label. So this guy will become color plus whatever the color it is plus the text color. So this is how you can format your parameter. Now we are good. We have done good job here. I mean, by pulling the data for parameters from database. If you go back to the report parameter, you can see option allow blank value is fine. That means you can allow blank values. Allow null values is also the same. If the database is having null value, do I need to accept or not? If I check this one, it will accept. Else it will throw error saying that there is null value. And allow multiple values is the most important property you have to see. When I select this, allow multiple values, you can see you have a checkbox here. Okay, you have checkbox which will give you power to select more than one color. But if you execute it, it is throwing error. What could be the reason? Can anyone go for a guess? You can see query execution failed for dataset embed. Must declare the scalar variable at red color. The reason is here. You all know this is your query, right? I copied it here. If I pass a single color, then it will come like this. It filters and provides you red color or black color. If I pass multiple values, then how it comes? It comes like this, comma, blue, comma, in single quotes, yellow. If I select 3 colors, let's say, it will come like this. Will this work? This won't work. Why? Because I have 3 colors selected. If I have 3 colors selected, what I have to do? I have to keep this in parenthesis, and this should be in operator, then equal to operator. It should not be equal to operator, it should be in operator. Now if you see, the query is changed, where color in. If you have multiple parameters, then you have to go for color in and parenthesis for that. Okay, this in and the parenthesis will work for multiple products as well as for single product. Even for single item, it will work fine. So in the same way, I change the query now where color in the parenthesis at the red color. That means even if I get multiple colors, it won't create any problem for me. Like if I select black, blue, gray, red, it will pass all the 4 and filter the data. Here you can see red color information. And if you go, you can see blue color information also. A lot of red color products. Blue color information is not coming, might be because it is not in the top list. Let me select all the colors. Now it will be easy to find out whether it is pulling all the colors or not. Yes, you can see silver and all the colors are coming. And if you see blue, I think, yeah, blue it is here. Very less number of cards. H and M class, L class is there, and only some 10 to 15 pages records are available. So this is how you can filter, you can pass multiple values to your query to filter using parameters. So we have done good enough job on parameters, and there is still something pending, that is adding cascading parameters. So it's a pretty long concept. Pretty big concepts, and so the cascading parameters is a pretty big concept. So we will continue the parameters discussion in next session. And apart from parameters, we are also going to discuss about row grouping and column grouping in next session. So before coming